All right, today we're going to play a little bit more RuneScape Dragon Wilds. Kind of continue off from where I was yesterday. Um, I had some fun predicament, if you do remember watching from yesterday, uh, having to basically make a PBJ, basically. I didn't have any way of making bread. I did a little bit of that off stream, able to grind out a little bit of what I need. And apparently also I kept burning maple syrup. That's if you've ever played RuneScape, the actual like old school stuff, and even probably still the one that they have MMO related today. When you don't have enough experience for certain creations of cooking goods, you do nothing but burn. I did a little bit of looking up online, and apparently level 50 is the minimum they recommend for you to kind of get past that burning threshold. So it's basically wasting all that maple sap, turning it into maple syrup, so it was just burning it instantly. So I had to grind a little bit on the level, just only about 10 levels. So I got to where I need. I can be able to make that food now, and I should be able to get that shard. But I also noticed that they posted out an update. It looks like they're kind of giving an update on their roadmap uh, this year. Yeah, like, okay, it's actually in June. I thought Umbral Sands was going to be launching in July, so that's a good thing. Happy about that. So that's only just this next month. Agility skill in July. Prayer skill. Okay, so that'll be late this year in winter, fourth quarter. Scorn Wilderness, September. December, delivering player alongside next update will be Luminescence. Okay, so I guess it's just a preview, a little bit of what's kind of coming up. There's their whole roadmap. I'm not really going to look at this thoroughly. I just kind of wanted to glance over it. I am happy that they're going to implement this prayer system. They have it in their RuneScape game as well. My opinion, it gives you more of a nice little skill line, so you can actually kind of have a paladin-based character. It's kind of fun and useful of utilizing. Kind of interested to see how they uh, do the leveling system for it, because in RuneScape, from what I remember, you bury bones to get experience for the prayer skill line, and then it allows you to advance and unlock more abilities through this skill line. Hey, Obi, how you doing? Just playing some more RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I'm actually looking at another update that they've just posted. Uh, they have a really nice good roadmap for this year and into next year. Uh, Excited to what's to come for the Dragon Wilds roadmap. I've been having a hard time finding a decent Star Wars game, which you probably already know that, Obi-Wan, that I'm more of the RPG like. I tend to kind of sway away from some of the action-based Star Wars games. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and get in here. Go ahead and launch up that game. Play a little bit here for maybe for an hour a bit or so. Yeah, uh, chilling. You're in the perfect place for this, Obi. This is where we are, chat and chill. Uh, I'm actually doing pretty good. I have some family matters I got to take care of over the weekend and all next week, so my streaming and content will just be kind of. I don't really want it to be at a standstill, but with family being in town all this weekend and all this next week, and taking care of some family matters, I'm going to be pretty preoccupied besides work. I'm actually going to have a little bit more on my plate this next week with a coworker being out of town during that time period, so I'm going to have a lot less time for this. Yeah, so I'll work through that challenge. It'll be no problem, I might be able to carve out maybe like 30 minutes, an hour, maybe potentially later next week, but we'll see. It really depends on kind of how things go. But so is the way of life. You get projects, you get goals, and it just kind of goes from there. Let's see here. Got to adjust my settings again. As always, they still apparently have not fixed that. That's okay. I just like double checking, make full screen, apply. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go into my world. Go ahead and start, continue. Yeah, you can see here my cooking's 50 now, so I can finally make that PBJ that I was trying to make yesterday, which turned into a massive grind. That's kind of also the downfall of actually not utilizing, basically disabling thirst and hunger. I'm not using really much of the food elements. I think they should introduce a little bit more buff type things besides like little piddly things with food. ESO is a really good representation of food buffs. Yes, I do. Life can definitely be a pickle. You can get them both contexts if you know how pickles can be. They can be sweet or sour. That's one way of putting it. Yes, life is definitely unpredictable, and things can happen. You just it's kind of like one of those old songs or something that my wife was actually talking to me about this morning. It's like you don't go around, you don't go over, you don't go underneath, you go through. There's some song that she was mentioning that talks about that. I don't remember where it was from, but anywho, let's go ahead and just get a little bit of this inventory organized real quick and just prepared for going. I just need to go get some more maple to make some syrup. Ooh, there's some flour. I can go ahead and make some more bread. Small ash pile. I'm gonna just throw my watering can in here for now. I'm not sure how much growing I'm gonna actually do. I think that's only one pile. Oh, there's some more here. That's bread. There's more flour here, more bread. It just keeps flying out. Bread. I think this might, do I have some of this nethril, however you pronounce it. Something funky. Is that? No. Yeah, there's some right there. I'll just throw it in on that stack. Well, let's I haven't made the PBJ yet. Was there something I was, let me check real quick. This is, I had to make a stoned range to actually make some of these recipes. Let's see here. Do I even make it on here? There's simple meals. Those are fusion or beverages. Might need to look up the recipe real quick. Recipe, I think food is here, yes. I've got, let's see here, where is it? It's around here, not fried, grilled. It's definitely not a kebab, it's some kind of a maple toasty, that's what they call it. It's crafted at the cooking range. Okay. I need a, I don't think this is this a cooking? That's a stone range, not a cooking range. Interesting. Let's see here, go to the crafting. There's a stone range. Interesting. There's a grill, stone range, and cooking range. Oh my goodness. And of course there's a campfire, basically serves the same thing as the grill, but you actually have to put fuel on it. So I needed, let's see here, cooking range. Let's just go ahead and see if we can plop it in over here somewhere. Nah, I'll just throw it right here. I really need to reorganize some things at my base just to make things a little bit neater. I'm just doing it more for practicality than anything. But that's all right. Let's see here, put that back in there, get some more bread going. Throw that bread in there. Now we'll actually be able to make it. I actually turned it the wrong direction. Requires better roof coverage. Oh man, I got to put it underneath under there then. So we'll do this. We'll go to the repair mode. We'll just go ahead and delete that, grab the resources, because we're just going to recreate it Let's see. Stone range. Cooking range. Let's see if we can find a place in here somewhere that I can place it. It's going to be too big over there. Well, I think what I'll do is let's remove this grill real quick. It doesn't need a roof coverage. This doesn't need roof coverage either, but I just put it here. Actually, I think it did need roof coverage. Let's see. I'm just going to throw it right here. And that should hopefully have the roof coverage. If not, may not. Ah. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Might have to build a little roof to get over the top of that. I didn't really want to have to go in the depths of that. Let's see here. Roofs. Oh, those are walls. Let's grab one of these. Nope. That's not the one I want. Go back to the build. It's something a little longer than that. There we go. Maybe this one will work. I'm just doing the best I can. I don't really care. It won't let me actually place it there. I've got it on snapping, so it makes it really hard to kind of place it just right. I think I can place it there now. Go to the crafting. Go back to the stone range. That should be okay here now, hopefully. I'm just kind of really ghetto, but I just need to... Yeah, there we go. The sandwich should be in here. It should be one of these. There's steak, forager sandwich, and... Where is that sandwich that I need to create? I know it's like a... Interesting. Why am I not seeing it? Meat, forager, steak, glazed pumpkin. That's not it. Oh, there it is. Maple toasty. What do I need? Oh, yeah, that's right. I need maple syrup. So I'll need to go cut down some maple trees real quick and see if I can get some maple syrup out of that. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and utilize the night, sleep, and get in the next day. Geographic info systems. Doesn't sound familiar to me. You must be talking school stuff. Most of what I do is actually, my paying job is websites. We set up websites for businesses and ministries. So I get to deal a lot with setting up and designing websites and server systems and its infrastructures. So that's mostly what I deal with. All those kind of jazziness aspects of that. Other than my game development is more of a passion, at least at the moment. I would love to turn it into a paying career, but I need to find funding really before that can actually happen full time. I'm really doing it more out of my own free time. Granted, I could be doing that now instead of what I'm doing now, but it's just, my life is full right now in the season with my kids and stuff. It's just, I get spent sometimes so much, and it's just like I just have to chill. So I'm gonna chill. And that's my plan right now. All right, let's chop down some maple trees, get some maple syrup. Yeah, we use JavaScript a lot, CSS, HTML. We don't use it a lot. A lot of what we use WordPress, and we use management systems around that. And we use themes that plug into WordPress. So we don't have to do a lot of manual coding. Now, whenever clients ask us to do something specific, then that's where those come in and are really handy for developments of any kind of requests that they may have specifically to designs on their websites. As far as designing websites from scratch, I don't recommend it anymore. There's so much potential underneath WordPress that you can really have design. Like some really good visual designers are Elementor and Divi. They're very good visual editors that you can use and plug into on WordPress. There's a lot of other themes out there all over the place that you could potentially use as well. But I definitely more recommend, if you're looking at it from a business standing point and handing the keys to their WordPress site to them, visual builders are a good standing point for them to be able to use and build and create content for their websites, for whatever they're doing anyway. WordPress, if that's what you're referring to, as far as comes to websites. WordPress is WordPress. Excuse me. I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. Spell and play video game. That's what we use. Elementor is, if you just Google it or even just speak it into like a Google search or something, you'll find it. And then Divi, it's D-I-V-I. Yeah, D-I-V-I is how you spell Divi. They're really good visual builders for WordPress. They're kind of catty with it. But yeah, we do use CSS a lot, and very rarely HTML. Usually when we do use HTML, it's really for like a client that's trying to utilize some kind of social media platform. And then we use HTML basically like little blocks of code implementations into their pages for like really embeds, like videos or something, usually. Something specific that they want set up that they can't actually get with just a standard embed. It gives us a much more flexibility, because if you think about it, as far as it comes to internet and people using with particular devices, a lot of people use their mobile phones for accessing the internet, so having that mobile support with your website is very important. So HTML is really handy when it comes to these embeds, because then you can really flex it into a certain way with that HTML so that it can be compatible with a mobile device. I've noticed that a lot with embeds. You can use different variables within HTML to allow it to be a better resolution specifically for mobile devices, and still cater, of course, on PCs and desktops, that kind of things, laptops, you know, etc., etc. Yeah, like I said, I designed these to be chat and chill. I understand you're probably already into semester and stuff, so you're probably exasperated from all your finals and stuff. I know that our local schools here and universities pretty much concluded there, and the students are all going home. So yeah, completely can understand on that. I do remember school being tough for myself as well back when I was in it. Glad that's all over with. It was fun while it lasted. It was definitely very useful. It really gets you moving in the directions that hopefully you want to go. Generally is what you kind of focus on, but don't always expect it. I never actually knew I was going to be doing website technology, and I never even went to school for it either. I just ended up landing that direction. You go where life takes you. A lot of it too in the design processes I've noticed with designing websites actually kind of transfers pretty well to game development. There's a lot of aspects to it that are, I wouldn't say identical, but there's similar things that you do within it. More specifically, just kind of planning out design processes and figuring out the scope of project, and having that all documented really is like key. It's always important to have those ideas in mind and focuses in mind with big projects. Here I'm just chopping things with my axe, and I could be using my spells. Oh well. I think I probably have a decent enough maple syrup by now, hopefully. I need to check my inventory. Let's see. I have 17. Maybe we'll get these last two. Why not? Let's go ahead and use some magic. We're going to use some astral projection. Go ahead and cut down both these trees at once. And then maybe use my other harvester spell, at least on one of them, just to harvest a little quicker. Alright, yeah, it's called Splinter. Alright, we'll splinter this log, get that harvest up real quick. Then we'll come over here and get this stuff. It's more of just going with what's life presents you with of opportunities, is the way I would see it. I don't really like saying go with the flow, because then that sounds like a kind of like a worldly thing per se, because from a Christian standing point, I'm not going with the normal flow. I'll just make that statement. All right, 26. Let's hope that's enough to get me some maple syrup that I need. And hopefully I won't burn a bunch of them. May burn like half of them still being like level 50 with cooking. But maybe not. We can hope. Yeah, this is the direction we need to go. Oh wow, I actually did some fall damage. Didn't even realize that. Bumped me down about half my life after falling off that little cliff back there. That's no bueno. Alright, get over here to this lodestone. Go back to my base real quick. Get some maple syrup going in the cooker. And then make that sandwich so we can get that last... well, it's not the last power shard, but that one goblin that wants me to make a sandwich for him. I had to go fetch the recipe, and then he was like, oh, thanks for finding the recipe. Now why don't you make me one? And then I'll give it to you. It's like, okay. Wow. All right. Get out my keyboard and mouse. Let's, we were gonna throw in, oh yeah, the keelan. I need to use, oh, and I actually have to create another one again. I need a grill. Let's go ahead and put the grill, that's right here. That's good. And throw it in here, get it started. And then we'll actually have some syrup and not some burnt syrup. The burnt syrup is not useful. Yeah, that's kind of one of the funny things about RuneScape. There's friendly and non-friendly goblins. There's a couple of them you can associate with quests and stuff, and this is even like with the RuneScape MMO game as well. You would think they would be enemies, but they're not. But it's just kind of some of the humor aspects that they use in their design processes, which is really funny. Yes! Maple syrup! I can make it finally. It's not burnt. My goodness. I've been spent like 3 hours yesterday being able to like do this, and I had to grind, and I got one now. So I can get me that maple toasty to go get that other thingy-majig. Let's go do that, because I don't have to do anything else here at base. I can just let it do its thing, and we'll go give this goblin his sandwich that he's been wanting. I had to grind out some of my cooking skill just to be able to get to creating it. Yeah, you'll see how classy he is. He's some kind of a chef. He's a goblin chef that wanted a specific recipe that was lost. I had to go fetch it. And then I found it, and he was like, oh, thank you. Why don't you make it for me? And it's like, I thought you were a chef, but well, okay. We'll go over here, go to the Nexus, and then I think I'll have to walk from the Nexus to where he's actually located. I don't think there's another teleportation thing over in that area. We'll head over to him and give him his sandwich. I'm butchering the word on purpose. I know it's called sandwich. I call it sandwich just because it's a funny way to say it. Oh, there's some Black Knights over there. I kind of want to take them out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll take your goodies. I actually need to get down there, so I'll just walk down this way. I could jump, but I'll just walk down the stairs, because there's going to be a few more enemies, I think, over here anyway. Yeah, Hellhounds. Hellhounds and a couple Black Knights. Huh. It's not letting me hit them for some reason. Yeah, there's like, oop. Oh man, go away. Those wolves are fast and sneaky. All right, grab their loot. That also means that the goblins over here that are not friendly are going to be back. So I'll have to be careful. There's an archer up here. Hello there, friend, but not really. There's another couple over here. There we go. I wonder if that giant's back. I don't see him. Here's one of the friendly goblins you end up getting the recipe from, but you have to fetch a password. He's actually got the recipe too. He's actually holding. But he does not give you the recipe unless you find the password, which is funny because the password turned out to be please. Politeness apparently is the password in this one, which is quite shows the RuneScape humor. Go away. Those are creepers, by the way. They just, yep. They sneak up on you and blow up. All right, let's go to that goblin chef. Yeah, this is Downdunn's Reach. This is the newest update that they released biome-wise, and it's definitely by far my favorite. It's very different than the other areas that you can play, and it's amazing. I love it. It's just tight corridors, castle area with all sorts of just enemies with like acolytes and black knights and of course hell rats and wolves, all that jazz. There's a lot going on here. Believe, yeah, the chef is going to be over here, the goblin chef, that is. He's the one that wants the sandwich. His name is Split Toe. I forgot his name was that. It sounds so gross. There it is, the sweet smell of success. Succulent maple. Animal molasses encased with delicious crisp bread. Yes, this is a worth losing my intellect for. May I? Exquisite. Truly a festival flavor, how it tickles the tongue and delights the taste buds. Yes, yes, it's truly maleficent. All right, yay. And he's giving me the shard, just what I wanted. I really want it. And he's just wishing me a well, and I get the shard of the Dreaming Stone. So I think we have 2 more to get. Had a bunch of just different random stuff to do for him. I think it's actually the longest one I had to do, just mainly because I wasn't level enough for cooking. There's 2 more over here we got to go for, and they're in areas I haven't gone to yet. So let's explore a little bit further out in Downdunn's Reach. Oh, there's some more Black Knights over here. Hello there. Oh, hello there. That's what you get for poking me a couple times. Get a little more wind in the face. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, Goblin Chef. That's who I was talking. Yeah, he's a jolly goblin. His name is Split Toe. All right. Let's see. There's got to be a way to get over there, maybe potentially over here. There's another one of those ridiculous little goblin creeper deals. Don't really need the loot, even though it picked it up still anyway, because they drop burnt flanks, what I think is garbage. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't want that. I'm going to destroy it because it's garbage. I mean, you can technically eat burnt food, but it's still really not that great for you. Go ahead and get my fire speared up. Oh. I've pretty much just been primarily doing magic lately. Been kind of slacking on my combat skill, but that's okay. Mainly because these guys are tanks. When you get in front of these Black Knights, they can really hit hard, as you saw earlier. Definitely grab the runes. Don't really need any of that other stuff. Let's see what that is. Metal salvage. Sure. Let's check it out. Bronze bar. I'll take that. Use that for some of my lesser equipment creations for later whenever I decide to start doing the museum setup. There's some more salvage. Looks like there's an artesian experience journal. Looks like we're going the correct direction. Bunch of pumpkins over here. I can't actually pick them up, and you can't even just pick them up and actually get cooking experience, which is kind of humorous. Oh yes, I will definitely pick this up. This is a waypoint to that Nexus node stone. We can basically unlock this now and travel back here. I think this is the pastures is maybe what they call this. Let's see. Ah, yes. Yeah, pastures. Looks like we've got 2 areas to go to. We got one over here. It looks like a stronghold. I think there is another potential blue dragon over there. We'll just work our way up here on this cliff area to see if we can find that other dreaming stone. We're just kind of going to these areas blindly because I don't really remember exactly how to acquire them, whether there's actually going to be tasks with it or if I can just pick it up. It kind of varies. There's a bunch of goblins over here, I guess. Interesting. Wonder if they're related to it. No, I need to go this direction. Ah, that actually might be it right there. Let's just wind step up there. Well, it looks like there might be some more goblins. Yep, there's a whole slew of them. Lovely. There we go. Just do a couple runs on them with my wind staff and get them out of the way. There it is right there. This is going to be an easy one. Let's see what's in this chest first. Definitely take some clay. I don't really need that, but I'll eat some. I'll take, oh yeah, silver ore. There's some irrelevant things that I in my inventory that I don't really need, but I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. All right. What's the miscellaneous salvage? Ooh, vault cores. That's a nice find. We create some new lodestones out of that, or some other potential things that are useful in needing cores for. All right, we got one left. It's over there. We might have to fight a blue dragon. We'll have to see. Yes, I have actually been to some legitimate castles. I've been over in England before. If you're familiar with England, most of the area that I actually was in England was northern England, like Yorkshire, um, York. I've been there, and the only castle that actually we had our experience with was Durham. If you know where that's at, Durham Castle. It was really neat. England, when you go and check out those like castles and just some of those older buildings and just it's like it's like stepping into the past. It's like crazy. And a lot of there's so many things in England that are that way. And I think it has a lot to do with their country because they're required to utilize what they already have built, especially if it's old, and not to where it's like a health hazard or major like issue of falling down or something. They tend to utilize what they've already had, and they've been around for centuries, it feels like, just because they're kind of like Renaissance era buildings and castles and stuff. So, yeah, I've been into some castles. If you're familiar with Durham Castle, I've been there before. I think Durham, if I'm thinking correctly, was also utilized in some of the Harry Potter films. A lot of those England castles were actually utilized in a lot of those films. They're probably going to utilize them again too in the new show that they're going to be doing. I don't know exactly when they're going to release that, but I think it's going to be an HBO special. They're making a show out of the Harry Potter series. And we'll see how that goes. I bet they'll do good, hopefully. Let's see if I can see where that next Dreamstone is. I don't see it, but I think we need to go that direction. Yeah, I haven't been to Scotland or Italy, but I've been pretty close to Scotland. Like I said, Northern England is where most of the places I've been in England. Uh, Pretty much the area that I was in. If you're familiar with the accent that some people talk about, is like Geordie. It's kind of like that Scottish and English kind of mix. I have some family up in that area, and they don't really necessarily always like that term. It's funny how some people are weird about accents and stuff too, and they're like, no, I don't have that accent or whatever it is, because it just culturally it's always a little different. Everybody has their own different like dialects within their own language. I did notice one thing that was kind of funny about going to England was it's like, yes, we're speaking English, but it's like at the same time, it's like I felt like there was a barrier between speaking with each other because we use different words in different ways. One encounter was one person was asking me, I was waiting on an Uber or a taxi when we were at one of the castles having a tea, afternoon tea with my wife, and asked me what I was doing when we were waiting for a ride. I told him that, looked at me really funny. I was like, I'm waiting on my ride. I said it one more time and just looked at me like they were confused. And I was like, I asked later what word I was supposed to use, not to this person, but a friend of mine that actually lives in England. They said I was supposed to use lift. And I was like, oh, I'm waiting on a lift. I was like, okay, well, that's not the word we use in the States. So I'm very American, so English words are a lot different than ours. I've kind of adopted some of them because some of them actually make sense, like rubbish, for instance. That makes absolute sense. Or bin. You know, you put your garbage, your rubbish, in a bin. Everybody in America, they call them cans, is what they do. Even when they're plastic, it's like, that's not a can, that's not tin. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. I'm just kind of rambling about that. Some of my experience with England. It looks like we do need to go up here to this other side over here. I wonder if, is this, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Right here where I need to get up. Oh yeah, I bet. Uh, I gotta get drink. Sorry, my filter keeps kind of filtering my shirt out and stuff. I guess it doesn't really care for my dark shirt today, so I look like I have floating arms and head quite a bit here. Oh well. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to stay muted off for a little while. My wife just called me and I had to take care of a few things over the phone. It's about the family stuff we got to take care of next week. I'm not going to get in details on it. I want to get back in here because let's just say it's really frustrating. Sorry about that, Obi, for leaving you hanging if you're still in the chat. Not exactly ideal to have to... I have to take phone calls every once in a while too, because sometimes if that is the case, it's daycare calling us saying, hey, you got to come get your kids. One of them's got a so-and-so's got a temperature. And it's like, okay, well, I got to drop everything. That's the reason why I took it. I always have to make sure that it's not that case. Just part of this season in life, having 1- and 4-year-olds. So, yeah. Stuck it around long enough, it's another night. Glad you have no problems with that. It's definitely not exactly ideal, but hey. Philippians 4 is number 1. Philippians my favorite book of the Bible, and then yeah, there's the blue dragon. The chapter 4 is actually my favorite chapter as well. So it's kind of 2 in 1 on that. Hello there, dragon. Oh, he can come down here and get me. Oh my goodness, he is. Go away. He's coming down. He's coming after me. Oh no. Oh, go away. I better get out my sword and my shield. Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, there he is. Hello there, buddy. Oh no, he's gonna kill me. I better run. I do have some potions I can use. Man, he is stout. A lot more than I remember the last couple of times I went after one of these dragons. Oop. Whoop. Oh, that AoE still hit me. Interesting. He's tweaking out. I found a spot to make him tweak out, and my inventory's full of garbage. Let's see here. I don't need that. See if there's anything else in here we don't really need. I can drop that. I can drop that. Drop that. Don't really need the dragon tooths that I know of. I can drop those. Your Romans is your favorite? Yeah, it's a good one as well. I'm laughing about the dragon instance. You're all saying, let's go, and I'm more like, let's run! It's like I was around the corner and you could see him just prowling like a little kitty cat or a cooter just gonna annihilate his prey, and it's obviously me. I wasn't expecting him to run down those stairwells after me. I should have just charged in after him. I think this will have to be dug. Just kind of guarding this like it's his gold or something. Oh, it's a granite deposit. Never mind. So I got to use my pickaxe to get rid of that granite around it. Go ahead and pick up that granite. And Dreamstone. This should be the last one. So, yep, I got all 13 now. We can return to the Dreamstone. You can see it from here. It's over there. We can hit that Nexus waypoint just to teleport back over there. Kind of wanted to look around to see if there's anything of interest. I see there's some kind of resource over here. Plant salvage. Snapdragon? Oh, sure, I'll take it. So there's another something over here. More plant salvage. My inventory is full. I've got it full of garbage. Let's go ahead and read this experience book. I think it's Artesian. Yep. What you got in there? Yeah. More stuff that I probably don't really necessarily need. Because I'm not really doing much farming related stuff. Leather salvage. Eh. I don't think I can pick it up anyway. Yeah, my inventory's full. Drop. Drop. What kind? Oh, it's just leather. Me. I have plenty of that. That's really easy to get a hold of. So let's go back over to that Nexus waypoint, and then we can be able to teleport over there. I think I'm getting pretty close to the point to where I may be getting to the boss. I think it's like a giant or something. It's kind of a giant. Debating whether I want to follow through and play a little bit long enough. Was kind of an unexpected length of time I had to go off mute there and stop playing. I like to try and keep a little bit shorter than normal than I have been instead of huge long playthroughs, but I just kind of just wing it really more than anything. Feel like I just played in that moment, or whatever kind of time of span I have. I need to get a little bit more of a schedule-based time for that eventually. It's just good to kind of have those things in place. Let's see here. Let me go down here. I think we can just fall down here. Oh, and I died. I actually was not expecting that. That stinks. Oh well. That's one way to get where I need to get going. My keyboard is not connected. Give me 1 second. Check my Bluetooth real quick. Get that keyboard connected. Come on. Nope. Alright, I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. That should hopefully get it. Yeah, there we go. It's working now. I do need a rest. I'm half down on my stamina. I think... Where did I put my cores? Cores. Yeah, they're in here. With some of my other resources. Let's see here. Put that in there. This can go over here with other logs. Well, it's getting kind of full of a bunch of junk. That's for sure. Alright, let's see. I'll just throw the stones in there, whatever. Really do need to organize a few more things. But I'm just kind of like right now, I'm just like, meh. Not a priority at the moment. Definitely not a priority. Maple syrup I should put over there with other foods. We'll throw these in there. I think there's some food that I usually put the food for cooking there. Goblin pack there. Yeah. That could be cooked. We'll put the bread over here. I think I forgot to drop off some stuff from last time too. We'll just leave. Actually, go ahead and drop that off too. While we're waiting for a minute, since it's not night, I gotta make my character just sit here just to replenish his little strength or stamina, you could say, over time, like how much endurance you have for the day. It affects your max stamina if you have it depleted too much. Yeah, I think I would be actually ready for the boss, just because of the fact that I have the highest tier equipment that I can get available. Other than my helmet, It really depends on which of the three main kind of class equipment you're going for. I'm kind of a blend between magic and combat, because I'm using plate chest and leggings, and then I'm using a mage hood. They kind of give me a few different abilities, and I prefer this kind of setup just because of the fact that it kind of favors the way I play. If you give me just here 1 second, I could show you the reason why I do it. You can see right here, this is my Zamorak hood that I'm wearing on my head. It shows you all the power level. Of course, it's 6 with the one I have. You can see the defense levels it does, melee, ranged, magic. That's a set bonus is what I'm mainly focusing on, why I kind of mix and match. I like the mage type head equipment, mainly because of visual aspect, but I can just use any of the mage equipment and get this first set bonus, which is negative 50% stamina regen delay. So in other words, this helps my stamina regen basically work much more efficient. And stamina is used across the board. Even whenever I'm using magic, I expend stamina to use my spells. And then I have 2 of the combat, which would be plate body and plate legs. So I have 2 set bonuses because I have that stacked underneath the combat set bonuses, which reduces my block stamina, and then critical chance after blocking. So in other words, if I block, and then after I hit from being blocked, I can have a higher chance of hitting criticals whenever I can follow up on those parries, you could say, or blocks. That's kind of the way I have that set up, just because of my play style, even though granted I've just been using mostly magic as of late. Let's see if I can actually get over here to my jeweler's bench, because I noticed I think it needs to be repaired. Yeah, it's getting close to for repair. We'll go ahead and use that to repair that. I don't think there's any other equipment that I really need to get repaired. But yeah. Yes, exactly. The equipment is basically your build like, and your skills are mainly what it does is it allows you to be more efficient with different things. It also unlocks new abilities once you get to certain levels. You can see here, most of the time it's just basically reducing stamina costs as you get higher in levels, which is great because early in the game you spent stamina like crazy with everything you do. As you keep continually progressing, your stamina pool is much more efficient with everything you're doing. But you can see your little stepping stones here, and it just they still have a lot of content to kind of develop out. So most of it's just stamina cost reductions. I don't think there's really any more spells except for, yeah, just the skill cape for basically being level 99. I think I've unlocked most of these combat-based magic. You release other magic that are utility underneath each of these, either lumberjack or that, if there's anything associated with them, like fishing and stuff. Surprised that my fishing's actually 16. I didn't know that. Must be from collecting more than anything. My closest one, of course, is mining. I've done a lot of that just because of resource gathering and artesian, of course. But this levels up a lot faster than the RuneScape MMO. You can kind of vary those levels too with your world settings. Yeah, you can really definitely build how you play just by kind of how I'm kind of showing you. And 2, there's, let's see here, all sorts of different equipment. The 2, you know, there's like war hammers, 2-handed great swords, different battle staves. They all have different varied levels with damage and outputs and stuff. It's all also resource based. Like the current best equipment right now is really mithril based, which one I'm using here, mithril. It's the highest tier level equipment that you get. There's other different things that have really good damage output and stuff. And shields, I'm not using a mithril because I'm actually using a Dragon Curse shield. You can get this is through the main campaign. It's actually tier level 5, whereas this one's actually, the mithril shield is actually tier level 6, but I think there's some different, there's a little bit of advantage of using this. Spirit of Amaru lives on within this shield. I'm not sure exactly what the benefit is, even though it's actually power level 5. But mainly what the shields kind of do is they evade a little bit of damage. The higher tier it is, the more it does, and also reduces stamina costs when blocking, because when you get hit, then you get a little bit of stamina drain from being hit, even with parrying with your shield. But you can see all the different options. They basically go off of a fighter, a mage, and a ranger, and everything equipment based basically across the board is like that. They really need to work more with having more magic, specifically for the wizards. Most of it's utility based currently, with like farming and just some different things you've seen me do. Combat, it's mostly just straight through the staff, which is kind of not really necessarily corny, but it just kind of lackluster is one way of putting it. But it's an early access game, and you got to kind of come in with those expectations that they're still working and actively developing on this. I believe the teleportation stone is over here. Yes, to the Nexus. Because we got all the, what's it called? Those stones that we were looking for. We come over here and talk to this feller, Dork. All right, let's see here. Oh, maybe we don't need to. Yeah, we need to talk to the Dreaming Stone, which is funny. I am restored because I got them all. That's right. All right, so I am Avarice, the Eternal, the greatest mind over glance, over grace, and Ardra, whoever, it must be gods of this game or something. Now you will submit to me and become my thrall, so that together we may. Why are you looking at me like that? Yeah, of course, I could just smash the crystal again. Yes, well, your logic is sound. Perhaps I was a little overzealous in my bluster. Happens when you've been alone in the, yeah, in your mind, basically. Black nights for too long. All right, anyway, you wanted that? Yes, of course, I want you to release that barrier so I can advance. Forgot what region that we're actually trying to get to. It's the sand region that's supposed to be coming out next. It's not out yet, so I can't go there yet. Lord Rushmole out there, he had a bit of a mishap and smashed me to pieces, and now he got some of a demon and a whole lot of anger issues. Best give him a swift death if you ask me. Alright, so now that it's fixed, we got to defeat the Gatekeeper, which is what I told you we have to do, which is going to be interesting and fun. I heard he's not as hard as some of the previous bosses, but we'll see on that. Haha, I find this very humorous that they do this. They show that the barrier's down. This is maybe they'll fix this in previous updates, but basically they leave the collider here, and in order for you to get past the barrier, you have to press X to get through it. There we go, and it teleports you through it. That's kind of a corny, quick fix and lazy approach, in my opinion, just for a game developer aspect. You can literally remove the collider through a trigger so that the player can walk through it instead of just actually having them teleport through it. But maybe they had some other reasons for it. I don't know. Anywho, I'm just rambling about it. Rune crafting. I'll read that. Artesian potion grants more XP boost. Definitely take that. Pumpkin spice infusion. Sure, I'll drink that. Why not? We'll see how this giant boss is. Or if I get annihilated right off the bat. He may or may not be up here. We'll see. Maybe in a completely... Yeah, he probably got to climb up wherever he's at. Oh, got to jump a little bit here. We'll use some wind step. Bloop. The jumping is really floaty, even whenever you don't use wind step. This must be it. The Nexus. All right. I wonder, it would be useful if there actually was a, oh, good. That's exactly what I was, a Nexus node stone. All right. So if I do die and he's in here somewhere, I can come back here through the Nexus area. I don't have to create new lodestones to kind of get to this area over here. And it's called the Bastion. All right. Yep. We'll see what happens. It's kind of weird coming through here and there not being like any enemies at all. Here's a lore book right here. I'm just gonna grab it to read for later. I'm not really gonna read it right this minute. Looks like this is the next area we want to be in. Yeah, it looks like he's behind it too. Yeah, there he is, crouching down on his knee with his gigantic sword on his back. I may go ahead and just kind of get prepped for just using melee and enchant my sword. I may have to redo it while I'm in there, hopefully not. But we'll go ahead and go in here and see what happens. Let's see if we get annihilated. Hello there. Oh! Woo! He's got a reach with that sword. Oh! A little aftershock in that move. Oh! Oof. Takes out a lot of stamina. Whoa! Oh boy! Oh boy! Popping out a potion. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness! What in the world? He's starting to whoop out the magic on me. Oh my goodness. I'm about to die. Yep, I'm dead. Okay, so he's actually a little harder than I thought. I think doing melee might be efficient still the most. It's obviously I shouldn't use the fire enchantment on my weapon. I should definitely keep using air. Also debating, I don't know, let's see here. Let's go ahead and check out my crafting station, see if I can actually create any other mithril weapons. I don't know if I can or not. Oh, I'd actually have to make more mithril bars. I know. Because I haven't done that in a while. Because I don't have enough for the mithril mace, which actually does do a little more damage. I have cursed leather. Probably because I've been stacking it up and not worrying about it. I guess I could just keep rinse and repeat and see if I actually annihilate him. A nice thing is it doesn't take much to get there. Let me check my inventory real quick. I'm good. There are technically some buffing drinks I could maybe potentially take with me. but I don't know how good they're gonna useful they would be. Let's go ahead and rest till morning, get that stamina back up, and we'll just head back to the Nexus and go straight back to the Titan, see if we can take him out. And we took him down to about half health. It's once he started getting crazy with all that crazy fire AoE stuff that, yeah, took me out pretty fast. I was not expecting him to change his attack. You could say, like, routine or whatever. Oh, I don't actually, I can go in here. Let's see here. Which one is it going to be? I know there's more that I can actually find. Let's see if it's this. Is it one of these? That's the garrison. It's this. The pastures. No, I don't want the pastures. Maybe it's one of these over here. I know it's not that one. Let's see. The lake. The demon gate. Which one is it then? It's called Bastion. Am I overlooking one of them? I know it's not that. Courtyard. Cathedral. We haven't gotten the one at Cathedral yet. Library. It's not, definitely not the library. Garrison. Don't think that's the right one. Yeah, that's, we don't want to go to the garrison. Pastures. Huh. Well, where's the other portal in here? That goes up there. It saves me at least a little walk, but I guess... Huh. I know it's not the lake. Demon Gate, definitely, that's way below. What I'll probably do, I'm just going to walk back up there, and then I'm going to use it and see where it actually comes out at, because I don't understand where it's wanting me to go, or where it actually is at in there. There's one right there. Oh, it's right here. That's right. That would make sense. They would want it on the outside of that, so that's where we want to go, is the Bastion. All right. We'll run up there again. Get our enchantment back on our sword right before we run in. See if we can take out the Titan. Second attempt. We'll see how that goes. All right. Well. Yeah. All right. If I keep getting annihilated, I may take some time to create some potions real quick. Oh. Man. Man. Oh, I had a lingering effect on me. Man, I got so low on that one. I guess I'm gonna have to create some potions or something, because yeah, it just is gonna be useful. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. No, that's demonic oil. That's a resource. Here we go. Healing potion. Can only make a few currently right now with some of the things we have. I think I can make at least 5, but I'll need... I don't really necessarily have to use glass vessels. I can use clay vessels. Actually, no. The lesser ones, I have to use clay vessels. I have to use glass with the newer ones. Bummer. Go ahead and craft that for now. I think I do... I think I can make some glass. I think potentially over here at the jeweler's bench. Let's see. Yeah. Go ahead and just do that for now. I can always make more sand or more glass-related objects pretty quickly and easily. Let's go ahead and max that out. We'll make 3. These are some decent healing potions. Why not? While I'm at it, I think I have a stack of... There's only like 20. I haven't actually been farming. Actually, there's 99. Man, I should be leaving this in the blast furnace for a while. Yeah, go ahead and hit that. Yeah, it was very close. I almost had him. I think I can probably get him this time around, since I have some better potions, and that's number 1. And let's see here. I'm wondering if I have any... Oh, that one gives me resistance to poison effects. Some buffs actually have additional advantages. That reduces shock. Charges the ward shield. Most of them are sustenance, which is irrelevant with how I have my world set up. Yeah, most of them don't really cater toward my needs. Poison effects and shock is mostly what I'm seeing. Resistance to bleed effects is flank stakes. I wonder if that's what he maybe was doing with me, was bleed effects. Because I wish there was something that was like fire resistance. We'll go ahead and grab some of these. Don't need a ton, maybe just like 4. We'll just, yeah, throw that there for now. Drop off some of this junkety junk. It's not really junk, but you get the idea. Clear up some of this inventory. And we'll just throw the glass in there. Yeah, whatever. I can reorganize later. All right, and this will be attempt number 3 on the Titan. I think this is... I'd say he's just as difficult, if not a little bit more difficult than... I'd say he's just as difficult as the previous boss that I did in Fell Hollow. The undead dragon over there. That dragon was actually very challenging, but I think the first dragon, in my opinion, was the most challenging so far. Just my thought on that. All right. Go over here back to the Nexus. We'll teleport our way on up there and go have a visit with our Titan friend. Yeah, definitely, hopefully it's the charm. 4th, 5th, it'll keep going until I finally finish it. My goal is now is to at least try and take out the Titan is my goal now. If it gets to where it gets to too many times and I need to take a break, I'll do that. But I'm not there just yet. If I'm going to be patient, I should be able to get there. No problem at all. I'd rather like do it within this next couple of matches if I have to do it anymore, just because of the fact that I don't have to grind out more resources, because I know the health potions are going to be useful. So maybe potentially it'll actually make a big difference this time around, having some better potions this time around, because I was using some really lesser level ones. Yeah, I agree. Oh, why is my character? There we go. Whoop, wrong button. Here I'm doing the same thing I always do. Oh no! Oh! I was about to use a potion. Okay, good. It didn't count me using it. Yeah, I agree. That's what was my goal. I was going to save it until I hit about 50% on him. I was going to try and save my potions. But man, he hit me back to back so many times in a row, I didn't even have a chance to do anything. Oh well. We'll make another attempt. Thankfully, I didn't expend any of my potions. I was about to, but it was just too late. Oh yeah, this is definitely doable. That's for sure. It's just a matter of me not getting too swing happy. Get a little too swing happy on them, especially with the wind enchantment on the sword. It really makes it easy to swing just really fast and get damage out. Increases your DPS basically, damage per second, to really just kind of carve down on him. I probably should. I wonder. No, I need more draconic leather. I could actually make some and then make a mace, because it actually hits a little bit harder. But I think it might swing a little slower. I don't know. Man, I'll just try it again. If I go back to my base after I die again, then I'll do that. It shouldn't take very long to create a mace, if that's the case again, if I have to do another attempt. Just having a little bit extra curve on extra damage, it might make all the difference. I don't know. I definitely feel like I need to have a shield for this one, because he is swing happy and like AoE happy. So having that shield is going to be definitely very useful for this encounter. Yeah. Just getting a little carried away and being more offensive than I should be defensive, and then I just get carried away, and then my health is literally gone. Really quick. Really quick. All right, let's get that air enchantment on our sword. We'll come back in here. We'll do another attempt. This is like the 4th one. I'm probably going to start losing track on it. Man. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I just used a potion. How in the world? Oh no. Come on. He's got fire damage or something on me. Ah. I guess I'm getting that mace. I wonder if there's a way to... I don't know if there's any resistances to fire that I've found so far. Because, man, he does the burn damage out the Bakuzu. A made-up word. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to try the mace maybe this time around. I'm not going to do a two-handed weapon. Granted, I might be able to hit him out faster with it, but the problem is I need to absorb damage because he's hitting me constantly. And I expended 2 of my potions. I have 2 left. And it's funny, that last one that I used, it didn't even feel like it did anything because he kept draining my health so quickly with whatever was going on. And it makes me wonder if it's because I was standing in some kind of AoE thing that was burning me away. Maybe I need to get out of that and start using ranged on his second portion instead of coming in and hitting him with melee. Maybe I'll start doing that. But then I got to swap back over. That's the fun part. Let's see here. I need some draconic leather, or actually cursed leather. Do I even have... Okay, there we go. There's draconic leather. I don't really need to do that, I don't think. Let's see here. And I need, yes, the cursed essence to make it cursed leather. Sounds so silly getting this kind of resource cursed. I don't really want a cursed product. I need more than that, I think. I don't even know if I'm actually going to create enough. I just picked up 1. Nope, it's not going to be enough. Actually, yeah, it will be, because I have 1 already here. That's demonic oil. That's just a crafting resource. I could create more of these, but they only do 40 health. It's not really much. But I can create like 14 of them. I'll do it. Any potion is better than no potion. All right, let's go ahead and put those away. All right, let's see here. There we go, Mithril Mace. It does 92 to 163. And then the sword, it does 75 to 136. So definitely it does more damage. Maybe I'll do melee up front until it gets to about half, and then maybe I'll come back and do some magic. Maybe that's what's my problem is. Staying in that... yes, dodging takes stamina. It's kind of... It's interesting. Yeah, 2 or 3 hits and then dodge. Yeah, I could do something like some kind of a routine just to kind of pace my stamina. Might be the best idea. I'll go ahead and craft this. I'll just throw it up there for now. I'll keep it in my inventory though. Oh yeah, but I should equip it. And we're gonna go all cleric on him with my mace. So I got some potions. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try it again. Got to be positive this time. I don't want to get annihilated, but possibilities are still there. If I do structure myself, if I actually was playing this co-op with some friends or something, he'd probably be a little easier because instead he'd be targeting multiple enemies instead of just me. That's kind of also one of my downfalls at the moment. I'm doing this lone when you could be playing up to 6 people in a world. Then you could really dominate. But that also depends on what you have your world set up as. You can make it balanced if you need to for more players that are going to be playing on your world. Oh, you can actually still see there's a barrier there. So that actually makes a little more sense. But you can pass through it now. I was wondering why. That's still, my opinion, a lazy way of not just having a trigger to where it removes that collider, but whatever. All right, once we get up there, I'm gonna eat my steak. And it looks like it's also gonna be dark, so we'll see if this is gonna be a disaster coming at night. Because if you're familiar with Unreal Engine games, lighting is real-time lighting, so it gets dark and very hard to see. So let's go ahead and get my fire spirit up for a little extra light. Air on my weapon. Oh man. And I needed to rest too. I'm gonna lose stamina. So this is probably gonna be not whoops, I did not mean to drop that. Pick that back up. I'm gonna lose a little bit of a portion of my stamina because I didn't rest. Let's eat. And let's try it out. Wow, those hits didn't even do anything to him. Oh, there he is. Ha 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 ha, what do you know? My thoughts of using melee first and then doing mage at the end tended to work out. It was that fire. It was that AoE fire that was burning around and what was annihilating me. I didn't realize that. So I needed to get away from him from melee range and then just kind of take him out from a ranged. There you go. Yeah, and I tried to do your idea of doing like 2 or 3 hits back up while I was in the combat mode, and it tended to work really, really well. I like that idea. I thought about doing it, but I just kept getting carried away with it. And see, here's the entrance to the Umbral Sands, which unfortunately, the DLC is not here yet. I can sit here probably hit X all I want. It won't open because they haven't released the DLC yet. So I have to wait for that additional update that they're going to do. It's actually next month. They're going to be releasing it in June. So thankfully I won't have to wait too awful long for the next part of this content. But still, I have a lot to play in Dragon Wilds. All these quests over here to the left where it's on that panel, this is all still stuff that I could do, and it's a ton of stuff. Not to mention what I can do resource building wise and stuff like that. I still have the availability of doing. But yeah, Titan Seal. This must be one of those, another one of those waypoints. But yeah, I can always, I think you can fight them again if you want to. But I'm content for now. This is also a good kind of, oh yeah, see, you can get him to come back. I don't want him to come back. Let me out. He won't let me out. He's just gonna come back again. Oh, that's hilarious. It's like I just fight you and then you just come back for more. And it won't let me out, of course. That's hilarious. I didn't know you could literally fight him all over again right away. Oh no! No. I'm getting burning effect on me. I don't care if I die, I'll just go back to my base. No, I'm not locked onto him anymore. No wonder I'm not hitting him. No, there we go. He got me. I didn't realize that's crazy. You can literally just have him respawn right there in front of you. I didn't realize that. I've never actually tried redoing the bosses. It gives you that option of just doing it right away. That's kind of the aspect of this game being a what do you call it? Co-op kind of game. So you can just kind of have the little party gather up, say, hey, let's do this boss again. I really need to rest up. You can see how it's kind of eating away a chunk of my stamina. It reduces your stamina whenever you're, it's the little like arm icon next to the food and the water. It's like basically like your like endurance or stamina. If it drains too much, it starts eating away at that stamina bar and reducing your max pool. But yeah, anyway, I think this is a good part to kind of conclude out my stream for today. Thanks, Obi, for jumping in, joining in with me. I always appreciate that. You make it fun and interesting and just kind of talking about just whatever and just kind of chilling and hanging out. I really appreciate that. I designed these Let's Plays just to hang out and chill and chat about gaming and game development, and just, you know, anything else related to as well. I like it to be a good, clean environment, just so you can just kind of have any age just kind of come in and just talk about whatever. But anyway, yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate it very much. You're like kind of one of my big examples of how my channel is actually going to grow and develop. But anyway, you have a good weekend, and anyone else that's watching, you have a good weekend as well. And as always, be positive, be creative, have a good one. Goodbye.